Greetings, everyone. I'm Brian.
Ah! What have you done with my wife and kids?
I bought your women. Sell me your women.
Alright, I am Matt, the guy that no one cares about.
So, Matt's being kind of redundant because they're the same thing.
Yep, pretty much.
So, this is my third Let's Play of The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King game for the Nintendo GameCube. Matt will be joining me on this one, where we're actually going to be doing a co-op Let's Play.
Yeah. So we're gonna use the file we just tried to use, or?
No, we're going to start over, because something went weird with our thing.
Yeah, we tried recording this before, but the footage came out weird, so...
No, it just didn't record all of it is the thing.
Okay.
So whenever you start it, you'll see there's a level down here, but you always have to start.
That's only available in single player right off the bat.
You only have to. You have to start out with this one. So I am player 1, and I will be starting out with Legolas, the best of these three characters that you can play in the Path of the King.
And I will be playing as Aragorn, the most badass character in the movies.
And basically, it's gonna be... One part is gonna be one level, except for maybe with the first Gandalf level, just because that's only 2.5 minutes. It's just you saving Helm's Deep, basically.
Yeah.
Which, it's pretty much just a tutorial level.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this game, it's a good game. It's not a great game by any means, but as far as movie license games go, it's a good game.
Yeah, this is one of the best. Yeah, best movie license games. Right up there with, like, Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I love Spider-Man 2 so much.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn good game.
And all they're really doing is just telling us that Aragorn got the magic swordy thing, and he's gonna get the spooky ghosties to face the oogity boogity bad guys.
Orcs.
It's a joke.
Nerd.
No, this is the cave that we're going in to go find them. This game's basically a level-based 3D hack and slash game
with some RPG elements.
It's got some RPG elements. So it's kind of an RPG too.
Yeah.
But it does something. It is sort of a clone of other games like this, but I think that it does enough to make it stand out. For example, games like Gauntlet is somewhat similar to this, but that one's more of an arcade-style one, and I think that game's only really fun when you have another player with it. It's not really that fun by yourself. And something for those of you who know it, is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which I really love that game, and will Let's Play one day. That game is both good as co-op and single-player, but it's just so much more better as a single-player game, which this one works very well as both, I think. Right off the bat you get hit. That's how difficult this game can be sometimes. So basically, it's very simple combat. Press the A button to do light attacks, Y is heavy attacks,
B is block.
Matt, I'm stuck. You've got... Doing the C-stick, it's really weird because apparently that's how you do light and heavy attacks too, which I really wish they kind of made that so that's how you can control the camera.
It's kind of like how weird it is in Rogue Squadron 3, how the C-stick is used for, interacting with stuff.
But, as you can see from this shot here, the camera in this game is awful at times.
Yeah, it can be.
It's especially if you play as someone like Gimli who's short and you're surrounded by tall enemies and he's hard to see. That's why you shouldn't play as Gimli.
Yeah.
But going back to the controls, when you see something with a purple ring around it, you just hold Z and you interact with it. It's also stuff like levers or these spears in this case. But stuff like spears are one use, I'm pretty sure. And you also have X, which is a stabbing move or something, but you're honestly never going to use that until one level.
Kick. Yeah.
Well, for some characters it's stab, some it's kick, but you're honestly never going to use it until this one level.
Yeah,
I'll point it out when it comes up, though.
Yeah, it's the one where you're Gandalf protecting Minas Tirith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also have it so that if you hold down L over here and press A, you have projectile moves, which depending on who you are, they have different things. Like Legolas and Aragorn are bow and arrow, Gimli's throwing axes, Hobbits are throwing knives, and Gandalf is energy balls.
Because he's awesome.
Yeah. He's white wizard. Spoilers. And there are these white item drop things that you can see that replenishes your ammo, which are those, like, the numbers to the top left of your character icons. The green bar is health, the blue bar above it is experience.
Yeah.
And, like, if you'll notice, what are those circles that are next to us? Well, like, once we get to actually fighting people, again, I'll show you. But as you can see that number in between us, that's our only extra life. You see, one of the things that makes this game so hard is that you only have one life, and that's it. You have unlimited continues, but there are no checkpoints. You have to start the whole level over again.
Yeah.
And so as you can see, that circle that I told you about earlier is building up. What that is that's your perfect meter. How it works in this game is that the more you damage enemies, the higher your bar goes up. The higher your bar goes up, the more experience you get per kill. Once you fully get it into perfect mode, you just keep getting perfect kill after perfect kill for a while, which is the highest amount of XP that you can get, but that's pretty much all it does, but it's really great if you want to grind for enemies.
It's basically free XP.
Pretty much. Alright, so these are shield enemies, which you need to use heavy attacks, aka the Y button, on the GameCube controller to break their shields, then you can damage them. I'm pretty sure with a certain upgraded projectile and spears you can still damage them, but as far as actually fighting them goes, that's the only way you can damage them. And, like, going back to the projectiles real quick before I forget, one thing that you're going to want to do instead of just spamming them, not just because it wastes ammo, but if you hold down the A button while you'll charge it up and it'll be a more powerful shot.
We shall pass!
Alright, get them while I do this. Ow! Fucker. Alright, let's go. And B, it's not just block. Like, you can't just hold down it to block. You have to... one press of the button it's actually more of a parry rather than a block. So you just gotta press it a bunch of times and you'll just start dancing around. And all this fog really does, it just slows you down. You have to worry about health or anything like that. Just to give you a heads up.
It's just kind of a mild annoyance.
Right, up here?
No, this way.
No, this way.
No, this way. Oh, yeah.
Suck it, Trebek. That's what your mom said last night. Right. That was just... Come here.
My mother's dead.
I know.
This way.
I'm just making sure.
No, there's nothing else up here.
No, I was just making sure. Alright.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
Right, so, but one thing that I will also make, going back to the whole camera issue that I have, I really do think that they should have made it so that the C-stick is controlling the camera, even in the single player, even in the co-op mode. Because, yeah, you might have struggling moments, but you could still do that in Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and this game came out after that. So they would have probably been able to do it. Like, it just would have made the game a lot better, in my opinion, if they did it. The evasive archer. He's invincible. Boris the archer, he's invincible.
I don't get it.
Goldeneye.
Oh, okay.
Matt, I'm not even a James Bond fan, and I got that. I want to have sex with James Bond, basically. I'm that big of a fan.
I'm not that big of a fan. Anthony can name all the movies.
Alright, that's true. But anyway, it's something that I didn't get to talk about earlier. I'll show it off at this part because we're actually going to fight some enemies. But when you knock down an enemy, what I just did there, it's a finishing thing. It's helpful for when you knock down an enemy, and it will save you health for if you're low on it. So do that, you'll kill enemies quickly. You can still do it when they stand up if you're timing it with it as good. Yeah. The only problem that I have with it is that it's not as good for if you're trying to build up your perfect meter. These guys, they're only really dangerous if... Well, that was just unfair.
We raped that guy.
But basically, their only real thing that makes them hard is they have very high defenses. But other than that, they're not too bad, and every time you kill one of them, they drop health. Which is really helpful in this game, because you're going to need all the health you can get.
Yeah.
Alright. My car! Alright.
This way?
No, wait. This way.
Down and around.
But Matt, what's your experience with Lord of the Rings games other than this game?
I've played the Two
wait,
Towers.
actually, before you go into that, have you ever actually beaten this game?
No, I haven't. I got fed up with like the last battle of like and I traded it in.
Really?
Which I really regret.
Really?
Like, the more I think about it, I'm just like, I really shouldn't.
You gave up at Gollum?
No, I didn't give up at Gollum. I gave up on the level before Gollum.
Which one was... Oh, yeah, I remember that. That one's actually not too bad once you...
Oh, for me, it was a pain. I
honestly didn't really have that much trouble with that level. But yeah, it's hard, but it's not too bad.
Oh, no, I could not get past that one.
Like, seeing how this is co-op, you're gonna have a much easier time with that level.
Yeah. Okay, so back to your original question. I've played two other Lord of the Rings games. I've played Aragorn's Quest on the Wii, and I've played the Two Towers. Two Towers is like this game, except without the single player and not as much fun.
Wait, without the single player?
Without the multiplayer. It's not as much fun, and it really sucks. I mean, there's one level where you have to defend Helm's Deep. It's after the Uruk-hai blow open the wall, and...
You mean after the New Zealand Olympics start?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just...
Damn it, they attack you... They don't even... Like, that's kind of another... Sorry to cut you off, but this is another problem I have with the game. It's moments like that where they attack you, but you don't get any time to react with it. But
yeah.
Go back to your thing. It's like Helm's Deep after the New Zealand Olympics begin.
Yeah, you're trying to defend like a doorway that goes into Helm's Deep from like all these advancing Uruk-hai. It is almost impossible. And if you somehow manage to get...
Sorry to cut you off again, but is that the last level of the game?
No, it's like the second or third to last, if I remember correctly.
Is it the third to last, or is it like the third to last?
I don't remember, but like basically, it's very difficult, and if you somehow manage to defeat all the Uruk-hai, at the end a catapult comes out, and let me tell you, man, that thing does not want to die.
Yeah, and
it takes out like the door in like 2 hits. Okay.
I think Mike Matei reviewed that game, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen that review. I really don't want to play it after seeing that.
Yeah, and that thing with Gimli's face.
I don't remember that.
Oh, basically, like, in the part where Gimli says, "and my axe," when they show his close-up in the cutscenes, oh god, it looks awful.
I thought that game had the cutscenes from the movies.
Yeah, but, like, they also had, like, their own CG cutscenes, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks
It's
awful.
one of those things.
Yeah.
And seeing how bad the graphics in this game can look at times, which, like, stuff like this looks
It's decent
good.
for the most part.
It's decent for the most part, like that wide shot where it shows all the ghosts walking around, that looks cool. But when you see close-ups like this, or during certain other parts, it looks kind of dated, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there are much better looking games on the GameCube, like Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, and a couple of other ones, like, oh god, Metroid Prime and Wind Waker are so... Their graphics have, honestly, I think, still held up well.
Oh, are you kidding me? You think they still hold up well?
No, I know they
fucking do. Yeah, and
But yeah.
Aragorn's Quest, that game sucked. That game kind of sucked.
But I haven't played either. But Shadows of Mordor, have you heard of that?
Yeah.
That game honestly looks pretty cool.
And the Third Age, I've heard, wasn't too bad.
Like, Third Age is more like... I haven't played it, but it's it's kind of like this, but it's more turn-based.
Yeah, it's a turn-based RPG.
And right
like
now
Final
they're
Fantasy.
just showing all our kills and stuff. Try to get as high as an overall rating as you can, because the higher it is, the more bonus XP you get.
Yeah.
Aragorn is disappointed with you.
Apparently he is.
Right, but seeing how we're both at level 2 now, that basically all that means is that we get all that levels really mean in this game is certain access to certain upgrades, like combos, stronger ranged things, stronger melee attacks, the works.
Yeah. But really, you are not going to need any of the combos. The combos...
Some of them you will use, like Orc's Bane I use sometimes, and some of the ones where it's just pressing the same button over and over again I do. But things like the projectile upgrades like this, or the special upgrades, those are the ones you're going to use a lot.
Yeah, those are the ones that you need.
Alright, and I'll just get Orc's Bane. But one other thing that you can do that's really cool about the upgrade system about this game is that you can upgrade certain upgrades, like, not the NA ones, but the ones that do have ones on the right. Those you can upgrade for all the members of your party, or at least the ones they show over there.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really cool idea, but personally, I'm sticking with focusing on people that I use in the game.
Yeah, and for the co-op, I think that's what we should do.
Yeah. Alright, so now you'll upgrade your stuff.
I'll upgrade my stuff.
Mommy, get the fly out of my face!
Okay.
Dude, how do you have that little XP? I could have sworn you had more. Right, but now we're just gonna save.
Yeah, I thought
And
I
this
killed,
is
like, a whole bunch
just
of
something I'll give you guys a heads up for. Save separate files for the players if you're gonna do co-op mode, because I swear when I did it with my one friend, like another person, it would do, like, it wouldn't save my levels for some reason, I don't know why. But, yeah, that's the end of part 1 of the Let's Play. We'll be doing, which is just like you fight King of the Dead and escape from the place. Join us for part 2, and
See
let's
you
hope
then.
this turns out good.
See you then. Take care.